All right, we are at the grand opening of the Orlando Brick Co. third-party retail store for Lego. But in front of the store for the grand opening is the Back to the Future DeLorean. There's a motorcycle here that is not from anything in particular. And we've got the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. But also over there in the corner, the Ghostbusters themselves. Or at least the AliExpress versions of Ghostbusters. But I'm really happy that they're here. That's super cool. There is quite a large line to get in. Nothing I'm not willing to wait for. In front of me, I've got the volcano from Lego Masters, the big lava episode. Season 4, episode 3, I want to say. And if we get up close to it, you can see all of the lava residue. And that's a shot you did not get in the TV show. Here is the advertisement that they've been posting on Instagram and their other social medias, advertising for the grand opening. We've got Mr. Rex himself, as well as the winners, Mark and Steven from Lego Masters. We've had the Ghostbusters Ecto-1, but have you seen the Soccer Mom Ford Explorer? Almost as cool, almost. $589 for roller coaster. All right, they definitely have more modulars than they had last time. Uh-oh, he's already found one he needs. $220 for the one I got on eBay for $62.
Yeah, it's not really.
City, Ninjago.
Look at the stuff that's in the box.
20% off all built city
It
stuff.
was like the already built. Yeah, I saw the tracks. Yeah.
I do not remember what that's from, but that's very cool. Looks like an old trolley car. All right, Star Wars. The stuff most of the people go towards. Looks like all of these, it's just ships or stationary buildings without figures, which is still very cool. Even like the Dagobah set, they've got that without the figures. I might have to buy this. Ooh, new inbox. A little pricey. $160. Using boy math. I don't know why it flipped around. Hello, how are you? It's very busy, so I think that I will go more in depth to what's here on another visit. But I am just happy to be here, to be honest. This is very cool. The prices are on all the little orange stickers, so if you can't see the price, that is why. It is super cool, though. I always like seeing all the sets that I didn't get as a kid or wasn't interested in as a kid, but I'm interested in now. There is no shortage on land speeders. Look, they got the Jango Fett ship for $300. I have no idea if that's a good price or not. Right here, Jango. I know they were running a bunch of promotional sales on Star Wars sets during the month of May, but I'm not seeing any of those promos still here on June 1st. At the very least, this is incredibly cool to see. Uh-oh, he's touching stuff. That means he wants it. No, I haven't. I'm just curious. New Death Star. New inbox Death Star up there. For the low price of 5 kidneys. Might as well take it in because we're kind of at a standstill here. Oh, the Lego Masters signage up there is still very cool to see. Oh, okay, the new Batman Shadow Box. I say new, it came out probably a year ago, 6 months ago, something like that. Batman figures, DC figures. The city. Not my cup of tea, as it's very expensive, and I'm not that into Batman. But it's still a really cool set. Now the treehouse I do have on top of my kitchen cabinet, and that is one of my all-time favorite sets. You've got the old Bo-Baton carriage, or Bo-Baton, However, I'm not seeing any of the horses that came with it. And if I were to put that in my medieval town back home, I think the scale is just a bit off. It's a little bit too large. Black Panther for 200, and somehow that still feels like it's overpriced. All right, we've got the big Hogwarts castle for 350. No figures. So you're not getting those 4 house founder figures. I don't recognize this. I think this might be a custom. Lots of modular Hogwarts stuff. Now, I have all of these gold figures except the ones that come with the Ultimate Collector Series Hedwig, which I am planning on getting eventually, but it is simply not in the cards right now. They've got the 2018 Hogwarts Express. Actually, that is not 2018 one. I'm sorry, that is the one from 2011 when Half-Blood Prince was coming out. And then behind that, we've got the 2023 2024 Hogwarts Express behind it, which is really cool to see. And of course, lots of figures. What a cool store. And one of the most impressive Lego cities I've ever seen in person. Old Santa Fe set that is worth more money than I will make in my entire life. Got medieval stuff. I think that's the Simpsons car that has crashed in front of Bag End with the medieval quick purchase that I just reviewed here on the channel. All right, my brother called me over. He said there's something there that I would like to check out. So we'll see what he wants. All right, what you got?
You're interested in this one. $2.99 built. It has some figures, but I don't know if it has the minifigures. I'm gonna guess no.
No, it's got the monsters and creatures, but not the figures.
Stickers on. It looks complete as far as I know. 300 is not bad. How much is it for price? 360.
360. So $60 gone for, I want to say 5 or 6 figures. Of course, I do want the Dungeons & Dragons set, but I think that the figures that come with it are a little bit too cool to pass up on. So $60 off without the figures is tempting, but not for me.
I'm thinking about the old NASA set.
All right, so he is talking about the old NASA set.
Yes, thank you.
Staff here are very friendly.
I know they keep asking if we need anything because it's super helpful.
Yep.
Look, this is 150.
All right, 150 for the old Pirates chess set. All right, 150, but that is a lot of figures. That's what I was just gonna say. You could fill Eldorado Fortress with all of the Imperial troops.
Well, let's look at the Imperial troops down here and see what other kind of come out.
Do they have any?
They're down there.
All right, here's a built one or partially assembled one.
Missing most of the figures.
How much is it though?
$50 off.
Oh, it's
missing a lot of the figures.
oh.
I don't.
I would rather spend a little bit more and get the one that's complete and new. Something that I think is interesting about this store is they've divided up the modular houses here. So the bookstore and the apartment.
13 to 15 a piece. So it would make
That'd be a good deal.
Yes, I think I might get this.
All right, so he's already started to make some decisions.
No.
His wife is not here.
Sorry, I have credit, so it's not real money.
That's right. Using boy math, he will be in the clear.
Boy math.
Something that's interesting is that they're selling the bookstore separate from the apartment for $100 each. And
Or-
this set sold for $180 together.
I could get a brand new for
Brand new.
$300.
$300. So that doesn't make any sense to me personally because I don't believe any of the figures from that set were exclusive. However, I do love the look of this. And they're selling that for full price without the figures for some reason. This one they're selling for $300 town square. Like I said earlier, some of the prices are good, some of them are iffy, but that's Lego for you. This is where I get the most lost. I could stare at these figures and just kind of pick out ones that I want for different reasons.
This is an old Target exclusive. They sold this just for a little bit at Target, $30. Not bad.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 figures, a dog.
Get some cool little printed pieces for their hands.
146 pieces. It's okay. Tempting if you would like that. But yeah, I do love all these minifigure series figures. I think that they are just so cool to stare at, and this one keeps drawing my eye. I know that I want the Dungeons and Dragons set. It's the only Lego set that has made me want to do something else. And by that, I mean it makes me want to play Dungeons and Dragons. I like to play Baldur's Gate, and I think that's what is drawing me into this, is it's sort of the same style, same world. But yeah, I would rather wait to use my points that I've got at the Lego store to get that with full figures and all that. So unfortunately, this one is going to be for somebody else. So far, my hands are empty. I'm just enjoying this, having a great time. But the store looks great. They really got this place looking nice and full. I mean, all the display cases are stuffed, but not like overcrowded, I should say. Like you can still identify and see what each set is supposed to be. Super, super cool.
Do we have the yellow one?
I do not remember if we have the yellow spaceman, but
I have all the others.
I wonder what the difference is between the $20 one and the $15 one. They're both
Do they have the rocket piece, maybe?
No, they both have the rocket piece.
Could be some wear on the print.
TLM 109 versus SP 007. And then, okay, so we've got 15, 25, and 20 for the yellow spaceman, but I don't know what the difference is between them. Now, Lego Atlantis was a theme that I really wish I didn't skip on when I was a kid, but honestly, they haven't appreciated all that much. So like this one here is selling for $35, but I think the figures are really cool with the Atlantis sets. So as for now, this is the OG Eldorado.
We have some of it.
$450.
We lost some of this when you were robbed.
Yep.
So we do still have the base piece. I know that we do have some pieces, but not all of them for sure.
When the storage unit got robbed, a lot of the classic sets that we had were taken, and this set was unfortunately one of those sets taken. But life goes on. They've got one of the new Technic space things. I'm just a little confused, like who is purchasing this set and immediately giving it to, or selling it to the Orlando Brick Co. I only buy sets that I really like, so it's a little confusing to me, but that's okay.
Mining stuff they have down there?
No, I haven't seen all that yet. So not only do they have the city up above, but they've also got all this stuff down below. Some old Rock Raider sets. Very cool. I know that Ross from Emmasaurus's channel, as well as his own channel, Mr. Saurus, would love this. And they are in town. We just got to meet them at Disney Springs for the June 1st releases. And that was probably the highlight of my summer. I know it just started, but definitely a highlight. The Harry Potter section. And naturally,
Jurassic Park set.
Harry Potter goes directly into Jurassic Park, just like at Universal Orlando. And we've got Jeff Goldblum. You'll be able to see it, but Jeff Goldblum on top of the dinosaur.
Life finds a way.
Very cool. Looks like the water kind of needs some love. Like it needs to, I don't know what they have to do, but we need some ships. There's so many Lego ships they could fill this up with. I am just in awe. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Looks like they've gotten double the Stranger Things house, or they just converted the upside down part into the other side of the house. It's a really nice looking set for Stranger Things. They've got a little theme park here. And of course the Fortress, which we got to see them work on for the soft opening of the store. Love it, I love it, I love it. They are selling this little diorama of the store, which is neat to see, but it's $65 or free with a purchase of $500 or more. I think it's really neat. I don't think it's quite worth that much money to me personally, but I think a lot of people are going to think that is really cool and be willing to pay that price. They have what I can only assume to be a movie prop from, I believe it was Iron Man 2. It even says Stark Expo in the bottom corner. And then down here we've got some Avatar stuff. And then naturally, after Avatar, your go-to should be Prince of Persia, which I think had a lot of underrated sets for the theme. Got some Marvel sprinkled in with DC. It is mostly DC over here. We've got lots of DC and Marvel over here as well. It's just a cool place to be.
And I think they have
Definitely a store I'm going to want to come back to when it's not super busy like this, but I'm happy to see that they're doing well during their grand opening. I mean, just lots and lots of people. So cool. And they've got a really good system of letting some people in, but not too many people in. Down under the sea. This is hilarious. We've got SpongeBob sets. We've got Pirates of the Caribbean. I love that. That is awesome. We've got the new Avengers Tower. And Jago. I always love seeing big city mocks like this to see what kind of setups other people do. This seems to be their Marvel section. I am fortunate enough to have the Daily Bugle as well as the Sanctum Sanctorum, or as Grace likes to call it, the Sanctum Rectorum, because she's crude. This is just so cool. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but it is. New Natural History Museum. I don't think I've ever seen that one in person. There's so many little Easter eggs spread throughout the whole city and diorama that I'm sure every time I come back I'm going to see something new. Yeah. We got Lord Business from the Lego movie. The Ghostbusters are fighting Nintendo characters. We got a subway entrance. Lots of old modulars too. Cafe corners, really cool to see. And the Simpsons house on the corner. I just heard a mom make a deal with their kid that if they go to school and they do not fight anybody at school for 7 days, they get a Lego set. That is some 10 out of 10 parenting, my friends. But you gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. All the Speed Champions are kind of like right inside the entrance, as well as some brickheads. Very cool to see all of these, especially Frodo with Gollum, which is one of the brickheads I don't have. I'm not planning on getting any more brickheads unless they are Lord of the Rings, because kind of like pop figures, that's a very slippery slope. I would like to eventually get another Mercedes F1 car, because now that we've got the Aston Martin Speed Champions car out, that will make a very nice start of a grid, so I could get 2 McLarens, 2 Mercedes F1 cars, and 2 Aston Martin cars, but that would be a long ways away, my friends. Also, if you are my fiance listening to this, I am just joking. I'm not buying anything. I didn't even like Lego. What? What's that about? I do see the guys from Lego Masters, Mark and Steven, behind me, and I'm geeking out a little bit over that. Maybe Grant's in the bathroom. He always dumps in new places. He's checking the bathroom out. That train is just too cool. If you're a fan of Lego Masters, this is like heaven for you. Every time I mention the show to people at work, they're like, what is that? Like, how do you not know what Lego Masters is at this point in time? They've done 4 seasons. And that's just in the US. I know that Australia's got their own version. I think Europe has some version of Lego Masters. Get with the program. All right, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Just didn't have enough containers to put all the characters. So we're gonna have to color.
That is the trophy from Lego Masters.
We have some other
And the Lego scissors that I assume that they cut the ribbon to open the store. Lots of parts and pieces. Look at that Tron mock. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Sorry about that.
No.
He's got a camera going.
I do, yeah. I just bought it. I've tested it out. So is this the Tron mock that you guys worked on?
I didn't work on it. Mark worked on it. But yeah, he did a really good job. I did a few things. I did the rectifiers. So I did these two. And that's
Okay.
it. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what did you guys use for the lights inside of the mock?
Just fairy lights from Amazon, $15 for a roll.
Get them on Amazon, no problem.
Just like LED strips?
Yeah, well, they're not strips. They're more like a wire.
Okay.
So wire with a little light bead, kind of like a little plastic bead.
That is so cool.
There's 2,000 lights in it right now. It's going to have a couple more buildings added. It'll bring it up probably to almost 3,000.
Oh my gosh.
It just says Lego Batman shirt, by the way. It's pretty
Thank you, yeah.
great.
Well, we went to Disney Springs this morning to get the Barrow door set,
Yes.
which of course was,
Our door.
it made the cameo in the Lego Batman movie, so I had to wear the shirt.
like I do. Yeah, that was a great.
It's so nice to meet you too. I'm a huge fan.
I love having the prop stuff hanging
Well,
around.
I came to the soft opening and I was totally geeking out like, wait, are those the ones from the show? And I'm like looking it up like, oh my gosh, it is.
That giant pirate flag is insane.
The Marvel ones are probably one of my favorites.
So what was your favorite challenge to work on?
You like Lego Day Parade, right?
That one was good. It had the big sea serpent. The first
Yep.
one we did was great. But then, like, a couple of challenges we did win, we had a great time on. The hanging brick challenge actually was
The
fairly easy.
hanging brick was awesome. That was
Which one?
The hanging brick challenge.
Oh, okay.
We had the floating dome floors.
Yep.
Then there was the floating bug farm thing, and then you had the big whale. That was really good. I think the standout though for me was the puppet show. I really liked the
Yes.
puppet show. That was a really good.
That was an unexpected like hit.
Do you remember the little puppet they had as the character running around, going off with Will Arnett?
Yeah.
That was actually voiced by Steve Whitmire, who voices Kermit the Frog. So little side thing there. That was Kermit the Frog's voice running around. Steve Whitmire is about this tall. He's got this huge mane of gray hair. He's really long arms, very thin, lean fella.
So this is a director on Muppet Christmas Carol and Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah, some of the main guys for.
And he's running around Lego Masters.
Like,
That is awesome.
Like my child
Under the table going,
what are you doing? You know, like it's so funny.
it's like he's like crunching and we're just like,
He's like doing his thing. He's got an iPad down here. We're like, what in the world? So yeah, he was insane. He was so much fun. So that's a little nugget that most people don't know.
That is awesome. So where does the trophy live when you're not here at opening?
At our place, we still have the same residency.
I made this. The trophy
So
was
it's
made
just
by
in our giant Lego studio.
Gotcha.
Or on public display at Lego.
Okay. All right, I'm done geeking out for now. I've got my purchases in hand. I've got The Inner Workings of a Lego Mind, which is a book I've actually seen online, and I thought about getting it, but just didn't. And turns out, I didn't realize it was the same person, but it's the Steven that won Lego Masters with Mark and Steven. That's the author of this. And then I got their sig figs with the trophy. So that is something I wasn't expecting to get today, that I am thrilled that I can get today. I still have no idea where my brother is. I think he is either dying in the bathroom or hiding from me, one of the two. I am just enamored. I'm having a great time. There he is. I thought you were in the bathroom.
Nope.
I mentioned it several times.
I didn't have to poop.
Hey, how are you? What are you getting today?
So glad you asked. Getting Admiral Akbar keychain. And I'm getting the Lego Pirates chess set, but I don't know how to play chess, so I'm probably just going to play checkers.
That's all right. Look at all those cool figures.
There's a lot of really cool figures. I'm excited for that.
I like that all the pawns are regular pirates, and all of the pawns on this side are just regular Imperial soldiers.
Yeah. And then there's a little $10 Lego book I'm going to get over there because it's music right class.
All right, I want to quickly go over what I got at the Orlando Brick Co. Now, number one, and I think this has very quickly turned into one of my most prized possessions, the Mark and Steven signed sig figs. So it didn't come signed, but I did purchase this separately, and then I went over to them afterwards and I got them each to sign their own sig figs. They took it out of the packaging and signed it for me, which is super nice of them. I will definitely be putting those somewhere safe on a shelf. Now, while I was there, I also got the book that's by Steven Erickson, and I asked him if he could sign it, and of course he said yes, because he was incredibly nice. And he said that this little Z shape there is a 2, referencing that they won season 2 of Lego Masters on Fox. I asked him what it was like to work with Will Arnett on the show, and they said that the show that we see on TV is a very, very small, shall we say, filtered version of Will Arnett. And then in real life, he's very raunchy as far as what he says, but that was pretty funny. If you have seen any of Will Arnett's other shows, then that comes as no surprise to you. Next, I got this little poly bag. Now, I know that this was like $5 or $6, but I like the manta ray that it comes with and the ocean diver. It's kind of neat. So I'll see if Grace wants to build that one. Now, I did get this t-shirt, and that's because I spent over $200. And so if you're looking at the poly bag, the book, and the minifigures, and you're thinking that is definitely not $200, that's because you're correct. What's inside this box is what got me past that threshold. And to be honest, I wasn't planning on getting anything else except the poly bag, the figures, and the book. But as I was talking to Mark and Steven over at the counter, something caught my eye, and unfortunately, I did fall for it. I don't know why I'm doing Star Wars music. This is not Star Wars related. The Orient Express. Pre-built, all the figures are there. Now they were selling it for $250, retails for $300, but I also had $200 in. There's like, I think I had $210 in store credit from trade-ins that I'd done earlier, and so using boy math, this was only $40 for me, and I am so excited to disassemble this, renumber all the bags, because anytime I buy a set that is pre-built, I go to the instruction manual and I go backwards and I renumber all of the bags that the pieces were in, so that way when it comes time to actually build a set, it's kind of like opening a brand new set, just not in the original plastic bags. I haven't really taken a whole lot of good look at it, because I'm sure that I will when I get to disassemble it, but I'm very excited to go through that process. And so then with the t-shirt on the back of it, they also gave me a couple stickers with the same design on it from the t-shirt. Orlando Brick Co. grand opening June 2024, which is super nice. And they had a couple other options that you could have gotten that were exclusive for the first day it was open, but I just got the free t-shirt. They gave me a couple stickers. Next door they were having a special beer that they were giving out called, I think it was called Bricked Up, which is kind of funny. I didn't get any beer, but I did get trains. And when a boy gets trained, you know what's about to go down, because it's always going to be train time. I'm excited to put this somewhere nice on a shelf. Excited to have Grace build that and put it next to her otter set that she built last year. And this book I'm excited to read because there's lots of pictures. And my favorite kind of book is a coffee table book. And that's because it has lots of pictures. Anyways, thank you for coming along with me to the Orlando Brick Co.'s grand opening. I had an absolute blast. Of course, I plan on going back over and over again. I like to go back whenever it's not so busy. Usually the store is not that busy, but because it was the grand opening, grand reveal, of course it was extra busy. But yeah, I plan on going back as many times as possible, or as long as I can sneak out of the apartment without Grace noticing. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you to all of my channel members who are a part of the block party. And thank you for watching and staying to the end. Have a good one. Bye-bye.